because they're super frugal and everything, they save every part. So we had like chicken blood, which is like dried and then like kind of put into almost a jello form, and then they grill it. It's pretty good. Also like chicken intestine, chicken head, chicken feet, every part of the chicken they eat. So I've eaten a lot of that stuff. Probably the craziest I had was dog. Unbeknownst to me, they had passed around this food and they're like, try it, it's delicious. And I tried some of them. Kind of tastes chewy, but okay, spicy. Oh, it's okay. And then afterwards they told us, oh yeah, Elder, you ate dog. And a little bit gross, but it's pretty interesting. It's not good. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad like tasting. It's just a weird idea to think like, I ate a dog. Like that could be my pet. The most dangerous things are just the storms. Every now and then you'll get like a nice storm with some wind and rain, and then it'll flood your area. And like it's not like super dangerous walking in the wind and rain per se. Like sometimes it is if it's a big storm. But where we were in Angeles, because it's so landlocked and it's so inland, usually you're pretty safe. Usually what you're dealing with is the aftermath. And just walking in that rainwater, you got to be careful because you can get diseases from it. But as far as like safety with people, there's not a lot of danger like going on. Like there's not a lot of robberies or anything. People are usually pretty nice, and Filipinos really love Americans because it's a revenue source. So they're not gonna like mess with robbing them or putting them in danger. They're very concerned about your safety and especially in the Angeles area. Near the end of my mission, just walking down the street one day and just realizing how much I love all of the people there and how much the Lord loves all of the people there. And if he loves all of those people, how much must he love me? And then I loved them. And it was just this like, I really felt charity and the pure love of Christ at that moment. And that was probably one of the things that affected me, and I was able to carry through throughout the rest of my mission because I could reflect on that and kind of, oh yeah, the Lord loves everybody.
Great.
Yeah. So over there's this word that they use that's like literally translated it means death, but like they use it as oh no, like oh no, you're gonna get hurt. And so there was this one time I was trying to express to these little kids like you're close to getting an oh no, like because they were close to falling and hurting themselves. And so I said it, but it came out wrong because I conjugated it wrong and whatnot, and it came out as you're close to death. And the kids just kind of looked at me, and my companion like just laughed and then like stopped laughing and walked away. And then like I followed him and he was like, Elder, you said that all wrong, and he explained it to me. Pretty funny, but pretty sad for the kids. They thought I was threatening them. Most extreme weather we had one it's a typhoon, that's what they call it. We had one typhoon come through. It happened during the night, so we were able to stay in, and I mean it was pretty strong winds. Like I think they got up to about 70 miles an hour. You could hear the tin on the top of the houses flopping down. You could hear all kinds of things. We went outside and the wind doesn't just like blow in one direction. It'll blow left and then blow right and then blow forward and back, and we're just like, whoa, this is crazy. So we went back in, and it started at about 8 o'clock and then went to probably like 4 the next morning, and then we got up at 6 and everything was just like, all of the houses that are made of brick were sturdy and they were all still fine, but trees everywhere had fallen over onto the houses, and then the houses that were made of bamboo, a lot of them fell over. They didn't like blow away, they just kind of like tipped over. So we were able to go, it was fun because we were able to go do a lot of community service projects and help clean up the mess and help rebuild homes and chop down the trees that had fallen. And it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. That was a Saturday, so we pretty much all day just spent serving the people. We would start with ward members and go like work in somebody's house, and then if we got it all the way that it needed to be, we'd go to their neighbors. And it was a cool way to meet people, but that was probably the most extreme for me. Yeah, one of the hardest things is just seeing somebody who you've grown so close to and who's so nice to you, and who like I said, the Filipinos are very hospitable. So every time you go over, they're like, oh, Elder, let me buy you merienda, which is like, it's basically snack time. So the hardest thing is just like when you meet somebody like that and you love them and they're so dear to your heart, but then they like aren't progressing and they aren't doing the steps that you want them to progress in the gospel. You know, they're not going to church, they're not reading the scriptures. They're still super nice to you, but you have to like kind of like make that judgment call and be like, okay, now is just not their time for the gospel. It'll come later. And it's super hard leaving that, and just being like, okay, like I love you and I don't want to give up on you. But when your companion has like the sense and they're like, hey, we should stop and start working with more people that are progressing, and it's kind of hard just to let go, because washing clothes without a washing machine. Like we had to learn how to do that. A lot of times, like we'd have people we'd pay to do it, but we did. There was a couple areas where we had to wash by hand. Learned how to do that. Learned how to wield a machete really well. They have those over there, so you have to. Everything they do is with a machete, basically. Like they'll chop down bamboo with it, take it to their home, and then use the other end of it to nail in a nail. So you learn how to use tools as they weren't designed. Yeah,